In a small, picturesque village nestled among lush green hills, Kim Taehyung lived a simple life with his grandmother. His family had endured hardships for as long as he could remember. His father had passed away when he was a child, and his mother left in search of work, never to return. Despite their struggles, Taehyung possessed an unyielding spirit and a warmth that endeared him to everyone in the village. Taehyung's life revolved around helping his grandmother tend to their small vegetable garden and working odd jobs to make ends meet. Music was his only solace. Every evening he would sit under the old oak tree, playing his guitar and singing with a voice so soulful it seemed to echo across the hills. Meanwhile, in the bustling city of Seoul, jungkook lived a life of luxury. His father, Namjin, was a successful businessman, and his mother, Jin, was a devoted homemaker. Jungkook had everything money could buy: fancy cars, designer clothes, and endless opportunities, yet he often felt a void in his heart. The pressure to live up to his father's expectations left him feeling isolated. One summer, Jungkook accompanied his family on a trip to the countryside, a rare break from the city's chaos. It was during this visit that he first heard Taehyung's voice. While exploring the village, Jungkook stumbled upon the old oak tree where Taehyung was singing. Mesmerized, he stood silently, listening to the melody that seemed to capture every emotion he had ever felt. "Do you like music?" Taehyung asked, noticing Jungkook. Jungkook nodded. "Your voice, it's amazing." That was the beginning of an extraordinary bond. Despite their vastly different backgrounds, the two boys quickly became friends. Taehyung's simplicity and sincerity were a breath of fresh air for Jungkook, while Jungkook's enthusiasm and curiosity brought joy to Taehyung's otherwise monotonous life. Their friendship deepened over the weeks Jungkook spent in the village. They would roam the fields, share stories, and dream about a future where they could pursue their passions. Taehyung's love for music and Jungkook's desire to explore art and photography. When it was time for Jungkook to return to Seoul, both felt an ache in their hearts. Promising to stay in touch, they exchanged contact information and began writing letters and making calls regularly. Years passed, and life continued to test their bond. Taehyung's grandmother fell ill, and he had to take on more work to pay for her medical expenses. Jungkook, on the other hand, faced increasing pressure from his father to take over the family business. Despite the challenges, they remained each other's pillars of support. One day, Taehyung received devastating news. His grandmother had passed away. He was now entirely alone. Overwhelmed by grief, he called Jungkook, who immediately dropped everything and traveled to the village. Jungkook stood by Taehyung's side during the funeral, offering comfort and strength. "You're not alone, Taehyung," he said. "You'll always have me." After the funeral, Jungkook convinced Taehyung to move to Seoul. "You deserve a chance to follow your dreams," he said. Reluctant at first, Taehyung eventually agreed, knowing he had nothing left in the village. In Seoul, the two friends worked tirelessly to make their dreams come true. Taehyung took up small gigs, singing at cafes and busking on the streets, while Jungkook pursued photography, capturing moments of beauty and emotion with his camera. Namjoon initially disapproved of Jungkook's friendship with Taehyung, considering him unsuitable for their status, but Jungkook stood firm, defending Taehyung and his dreams. "Taehyung has more talent and heart than anyone I've ever known," he told his father. "You'll see." Over time, Taehyung's talent caught the attention of a music producer, and his career began to take off. He remained humble, always crediting Jungkook for believing in him when no one else did. Jungkook, too, found success as a photographer, his work gaining recognition for its raw emotion and authenticity. Even as they achieved their dreams, their bond remained unbreakable. When Jungkook faced criticism for not joining the family business, Taehyung reminded him of the importance of following his heart. When Taehyung struggled with the pressures of fame, Jungkook was there to ground him, offering quiet moments of solace and encouragement. Years later, standing on the balcony of their shared apartment, they reflected on their journey. "We've been through so much," Taehyung said, his voice filled with gratitude. And we'll face whatever comes next, Jungkook replied, smiling. Their bond, forged through hardship and love, was a testament to the power of friendship and unwavering support. No matter where life took them, they knew they would always have each other, a never-ending bond.